Welcome to Kingdoms, where all your nerdy dreams come true. You are watching Season 2, Episode 13 of the Diamond Commander League. In addition to high-power EDH gameplay, we earn league points by winning games and reaching achievements. If you'd like to see more of our content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. You won't regret it. Now let's check out the commanders and strategies for today's games. First we have Julian playing Lord Windgrace. Lord Windgrace is easily one of the top 3 best lands matter commanders. He can get lands into the graveyard, get them out of the graveyard, and even end the game with his ultimate, all in one card. His ideal cards are anything that let him play multiple lands a turn, and he usually closes out the game with one of a few big bruisers. Windgrace was originally from the lush jungle of Urborg. It was turned into a dark swampland by young Urza, and that was probably the reason Windgrace became a planeswalker. His starting hand includes Mana Crypt, By Force, Lotus Cobra, Azusa Lost But Seeking, Crucible of Worlds, Bloodstained Mire, and a Snow-Covered Forest. Second, we have Carlos playing Brago, King Eternal. One of the most common versions of Brago these days is a stacks deck. This deck is not a stacks deck, but based on the one truth of EDH. Value. Like Brago with his Eternal Life, this deck looks to use a creature's ETB value over and over again. Drawing cards, gaining mana, and dealing with troublesome permanents are the go-tos. Once Brago has controlled the board, he can close things out through combat over a few turns, or finish it off with a few infinite combos. Why rule for just one life when you can rule forever? His starting hand includes Mystic Remora, Thought Vessel, Angel of Serenity, Azorius Chancery, Tundra, a Plains, and an Island. Third, we have Bryce playing Miara, Thorn of the Glade, and Tana, the Bloodsower. This deck is less of an elf ball deck and more of an elf punch you until you don't get up deck. Having Miara and Tana allows you to always have cards or sacrifice fodder. Once enough of the elf clan is on the board, they will swarm over their opponents with many elves, big elves, or both. If you are smart, you won't underestimate nature or its caretaker. His starting hand includes Jiraga Warcaller, Llanowar Elves, Vampiric Tutor, Deflecting Swat, a Snow-Covered Swamp, a Snow-Covered Forest, and an Arbor Elf mulligan to the bottom. Fourth, we have Spencer playing Tergrid, God of Fright. This deck is all about getting things from your opponent's hand or from play into the graveyard and then back into play on Tergrid's side. Think of all the best permanents you have in your deck. Now think of them on your opponent's side instead of your own. Yeah, that's the fear that Tergrid brings. Whether it's a little bit each turn or all at once, Tergrid plays all kinds of discard and sacrifice based cards. If for some reason they can't kill you with your own permanents, there are a few combos to close things out too. Believe me, you don't want to follow this light to the end of the tunnel. His starting hand includes Death Cloud, Plague Crafter, Awaken the Erstwhile, and 4 Swamps. Let's jump into Game 1.
I will draw for turn, Snow-Covered Forest, cast a Mana Crypt, and Azusa, Bloodstained Mire. I will pass.
Draw for turn, play a Tundra, a Mystic Remora. Pass turn.
Draw, Snow-Covered Forest, Llanowar Elves. Pass turn.
Draw for turn, play a Swamp. Pass turn.
Upkeep, I'll roll. Odds I will take damage. This is a 16. Draw for turn. Lotus Cobra, crack this Bloodstained Mire, search up Stomping Grounds, and I will pay the 2 life. Untap Crucible of Worlds. I will not pay. Play and sack, Swamp, Sheltered Thicket tapped. I think I'm good.
Untap, upkeep. I gotta let it go. Draw for turn. An Island, Thought Vessel. That'll be my turn.
Draw, Snow-Covered Swamp. Play one of my commanders. R1, Elvish Mystic. Pass turn after that.
Draw for turn, play Urborg.
Thank you for the swamps.
You're welcome. That's actually all I'm going to do.
Alright, 17. I take damage. Shortcut here. And lose 3 life. 3 triggers off of Lotus Cobra. Cast my commander, Lord Windgrace. Uptick him. I'm going to discard a Tranquil Thicket. And because I discarded a land, I'll draw 2. Play a Nissa Vital Force. +1 her. Untap Sheltered Thicket. It's a 5/5 right now until my next turn. Pass there.
Draw for turn. Plains for turn. Prismatic Lens. Oblivion Ring. Pass.
Draw, Cinder Glade, Tana, Bloodsower. Pass turn.
Draw, Swamp, Innocent Blood.
I'll sacrifice Elvish Mystic. Trigger my Miara. I'll lose a life. Draw a card.
I think I'm going to sacrifice my Elemental Land.
Pass
Was
turn
that
after that.
upkeep? Let's roll for damage. A 6.
Are you sure? It looked like 9 to me.
Draw for turn. Uptick or Windgrace. I'm going to discard a Uncovered Forest and draw 2. Cast an Avenger of Zendikar. Get 6 plants. Prismatic Vista for turn. Trigger Lotus Cobra. Sack Prismatic Vista and then do that 2 more times. This is going to cause all my plants to get 5 counters. Play it again, sack it, get another one. Play it again, sack it, get another one. Yeah, it's 5. Make all my plants 5 6s. I will also be losing 3 life. Cast a Faithless Looting. Draw 2. Discard Woodland Cemetery and a life from the loam. I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Azorius Chancery, bouncing this plains, and pass the turn.
I'm in my upkeep, Urborg, and play Vampiric Tutor. I'm going to put this on top, and then I'm going to draw it. Play Last One Standing.
1 to 8 is Julian. 9 to 11 is Bryce.
Come on, low number. 5.
5.
I get to keep one of my large boys.
Pass turn.
Draw. Play a swamp. Play a soul ring. Let's play Tergrid now. Pass turn after that.
Go ahead and untap. I will roll for Mana Crypt. 19. I will take 3. Draw for turn. Uptick for Windgrace, discarding a Firelit Thicket.
Does that trigger?
I think I am fine with just giving him 1 land. Draw 2 cards. I'm going to cast a Reanimate, targeting my Avenger of Zendikar. So I'm going to make 9 plants this time, play 5 Force, and destroy each of your guys' artifacts. I'm going to destroy your Soul Ring, Spencer, and both of your artifacts, Carlos. Play a land from my graveyard, Woodland Cemetery. Trigger, I'm going to put another counter on this guy, and 1 counter on this guy. Sky Shroud Claim, so I'm going to grab a Cinder Glade and an Overgrown Tomb. Bring those into play tapped, but those will also trigger my plants. I'm going to get 2 more. You guys are going to get 2 more. You have 9 damage coming your way, Spencer.
I'm just gonna take it.
Untap, draw, plains for turn. Cast a Brago, and pass the turn.
Draw. Play Reclamation Sage and destroy your Crucible of Worlds. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. Swamp. First I'm gonna cast Deadly Relic to exile the Avenger of Zendikar. Cast it for free because I'm my commander. Awaken the Erstwhile. Discards all the cards in their hand, then creates that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens.
No!
He gets all this stuff,
That's
doesn't
true.
he?
Only the permanents, only the permanents. Angel of Serenity will allow you to target 3 creatures in play or graveyards. They're exiled. When Angel of Serenity leaves play, they're returned to those players' hands. Palinchron will make you untap 7 lands.
Tap this in response to.
You're going to brainstorm with Riverwise Augur. You also get a plains for me.
I guess with Angel of Serenity, I'll just exile your stronger plant token and then 2 of the weaker ones. I'll brainstorm. So I'll keep this one, and then I can do the Elvish Pioneer, put this into play, tapped.
The value.
The value, and then I can untap all my lands after that, so I'll get a floating and untap my lands. And then Spring Bloom, I can Harrow for 2 more swamps. I think that's all I can do. Pass.
Tap upkeep, roll for Mana Crypt. 14, nice. And I will draw my 1 card for turn. Alt Lord Windgrace. Destroy up to 6 target non-land permanents, then create 6 2/2 green cat warrior creature tokens with Forest Block. I'm gonna destroy the Oblivion Ring, Tergrid, Angel of Serenity, Palinchron, Brago, Riverwise Augur. Recast Lord Windgrace. Uptick him now. I will discard a Nature's Claim, draw a card, uptick Nissa, and untap this swamp, which is now a 5/5. I'm just gonna send everything at you, Spencer.
I can just block like each of the 3 forms. I'd lose everything. 4 from the zombies, 3 from one of the plants. With the Elvish Pioneer, I'll block the 5/5.
Play an Underrealm Lich. I will pass the turn.
Draw for turn. And it's a land. I will send all 5 of the 2/2s at your face, Julian. 10 damage.
Block.
1 of them with the Lich and 4 with their 2/2s.
Yep, exactly.
6 cost Brago. Pass the turn.
Give me something good. Send all of these at Julian.
At my face.
Yep.
I will block.
So that's 4 damages if you block
12.
with everything.
Yeah, which I think I will do.
Essence Warden. Pass turn.
See what I get for Heart of the Cards. Just a land. So if I do that, it's 10 damage.
How many zombies do you have?
3. Yeah,
I'll definitely block one.
you'll take it. Pass after that.
Untap. This is no longer a creature. Upkeep. Mana Crypt trigger. It's a 1! Underrealm Lich. If I would draw a card, instead I look at the top 3 and put 1 into my hand and the rest into my graveyard. And Tower and a Savage Lands into my graveyard. So I'm gonna ult Nissa. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I can draw a card. Will emblem out there.
Sure, that's good enough. Yeah.
Got a tireless tracker. -3 forward Windgrace. Put up to 2 target land cards from my graveyard onto the battlefield. So that's 2 lands entering. I get 2 triggers. I'm going to make 2 clues, and also I get to draw, look at the top 3, and choose a card twice. This card, and put a Haro and a Luxury Suite in my graveyard, and I'm going to do it again. Those are a Snow-Covered Forest and a Ramanop Excavator. 2 mana and sack a clue. Look at the top 3 again. Borborgimos, Enraged.
Trigger, I gain a life.
Realms Uncharted, Dackmore Salvage, Slippery Karst, a Blast Zone, Field of Ruin. Spencer, what am I keeping here?
What's Slippery Karst do? That's a cycling one? I'll give you that one in the Dackmore Salvage.
Pass the turn there, I think.
Draw a card. I'm going to cycle Cloud of Fairies.
I get a Cloud of Fairies.
Untaps 2 of your lands. Draw from the cycle. I'll attack you for 2 flying, Julian.
I get a life from Cloud of Fairies.
I'm going to discard these 2 and shoot your Brago. You're going to get a Dackmore Salvage and a Slippery Karst.
Pass turn.
Draw. Send this at Carlos for 5.
Sure.
Pass turn.
Draw for turn. Burglar Rat. So I get an Umnoth, and then Peregrine Drake. I'll just untap these lands. Cloud of Fairies will go Julian. Tergrid will go Bryce. 2 zombies will go at Carlos.
3 creatures enter the battlefield, and then I'll lose 4.
So I lose this and these 3 land.
We'll roll to see what you would have gotten.
In which case, I would have lived.
Oh.
Good game, though.
Pass after that.
Draw for turn. Mana Vault, excuse me. Ask my commander. Pass turn.
Draw. Snow-covered mountain. Marwyn, Thornglade. Gain 1 from you playing your commander, and then I'll gain 1 from my commander. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. Just a swamp. I'll go at Carlos with Tergrid, and I'll pass.
Take a damage from Mana Vault and draw a card. Play a Glacial Fortress. I will attack Bryce for 2 flying.
Take 2.
I'll trigger Brago, bouncing these 2. Pass turn.
Draw. I'll play a Yeva. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. It's just an Arcane Signet for Carlos again.
Alrighty.
Then pass.
Draw a card. Grasp of Fate. Choosing Tergrid and Miara.
Command zone.
Yeah, I'm just putting it there.
I will attack Bryce for another attack for 2.
4 commander damage on that.
I'm going to blink Grasp of Fate and Brago. Grasp of Fate will choose Peregrine Drake and, one of your zombies.
Down to 1.
And I'll pass turn.
Part of the cards. Pass turn right now.
Draw for turn. Blood Chief Ascension. Recast my commander though. Pass turn.
Draw a card. Sun Titan. Get a Oblivion Ring. I will target Tergrid with the Oblivion Ring.
I'll probably just leave it.
Attack Bryce for 2.
I'll gain 1 from Sun Titan, and then I'll lose 2.
I will choose Grasp of Fate, Brago, Sun Titan, Mana Vault. I'll leave Oblivion Ring. I get back Peregrine Drake from Grasp of Fate. 3 mana in my mana pool. I'll untap 5 lands. Sun Titan, I will get back Mystic Remora. Grasp of Fate will target Zombie from you, Bryce. Cloud of Fairies. That is my turn.
End of your turn. Play Guy's Herald. Draw.
Oh, I do get a counter on this because Bryce lost 2 life.
Pass turn.
Draw. Memory Jar.
Cast trigger on Mystic Remora.
I'm not going to pay mana.
I will draw a card, and then this will be set aside, draw 7. These 7 are going to be discarded at the end of turn.
And then you'll get your original hand back. Play Library of Leng.
In response to you playing Library of Leng.
Cast trigger, though, on Library of Leng.
Bet.
Cast Dovin's Veto on that.
Okay. Cast Waste Not.
Made the wrong choice. There's a Mystic Remora trigger.
Not paying it.
Cycle Tranquil Ticket. Draw a card.
I draw from the trigger, and then it resolves.
Cast Bottomless Pit.
Remora trigger. Card. I will cast Eerie Interlude. All my creatures will be removed from the game until the end of turn.
And then, when we go to my end step.
These guys are removed from the game. There's a delayed trigger. Yeah, yours go on the stack, so we'll discard everything, and then these will come into play. I am triggering the Sun Titan.
And those 3 creatures are coming into play. I'll gain 3 life.
I'm getting Talisman of Progress.
Then it becomes your turn.
Upkeep. I discard a card at random. I have 1 card. And it's an island. Pay 1 for Mystic Remora. And then I'll draw for turn. I'm attacking you for 4 flying. Bryce, I'm attacking you for 6 vigilance.
Well, I'm going to put all of these in front of Sun Titan.
You called my bluff. Before damage, I will cast Ghostly Flicker.
Flickered Sun Titan.
I'll flicker this land. And then, so he'll be removed from combat, but I'll get a Spreading Seas. Let's do Urborg.
For the irony.
Yeah, Urborg is now an island. And then I will draw a card. Damage will be dealt. Your guys are removed from combat. You take 4. I will trigger Brago. I will trigger Grasp of Fate, Brago, Peregrine Drake, Sun Titan, Mana Vault, Talisman of Progress, Mystic Remora, and Spreading Seas. Cloud of Fairies will come back. I'll untap another 2 mana, so I have 8 mana floating. Draw a card.
I gain 4 when you flicker those things.
I get a land. I'm going to get this Calciform Pools. Second main phase, Solemn Simulacrum. Get me an island. Reflector Mage. I'm going to choose...
Yeva.
Yeah, so return her to your hand. That creature's owner can't cast spells with the same name as that creature until my next turn. I am done.
Trigger Spencer thing, discard a card.
Get a zombie from that.
Draw. Nissa voices Zendikar. Upticker. Plant token.
Trigger Mystic Remora.
I'm not gonna pay. That triggers my Essence Warden and I'll gain another life. Pass turn.
No card to discard. Draw. Curse of the Cabal. Targeting Carlos. Target player sacrifices half permanency she controls rounded down.
Trigger Mystic Remora for a counterspell.
I can't pay for it.
Okay, no counterspell. It's rough. Deserve it, I guess.
What a wild game.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm just gonna swing out 3 zombies, 2 1/1s, and another 2/2.
I'll block 3 zombies.
Oh, you'll block the rat instead of the war caller.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I still take 3, but
And I'll pass.
end of turn, I'm going to put a storage counter on this Calciform Pools. I discard a card at random. Which one do you want, Spencer?
The right one.
Arcane Signet.
I had to draw a card.
Draw for my turn. Play an island for turn. I will send Sun Titan at you, Bryce, and these 3 at you, Spencer.
I'm gonna chump with plant token.
I'm dead.
Before blocks, I guess, I do get a Sun Titan trigger. Spreading Seas. I'll target Bryce, your red-green land. I do draw a card from that. With Brago, I will target Oblivion Ring, Spreading Seas, Brago, Sun Titan, Solemn, Peregrine Drake. I'll tap 5 lands. Put a counter on this, 2 for 3 mana in my pool. These will all come back.
I'll gain 4 life.
Draw a card. Actually, I'm going to search first. Get an island. Reflector Mage back with Sun Titan, and I'll choose your...
Guys, Herald.
Yeah. And Oblivion Ring will choose Nissa. Second main, Detention Sphere.
What you gonna put in detention?
Mana Dude in Detention.
In response, I'm gonna tap it. Untap a Snowland.
And I'll pass turn.
Draw. Those are the Deep Shadow. Pass turn.
Yeah, end of turn, I'm putting another counter on this Pools. Draw for turn. Floodplain. Attack you now. 4 flying damage, 2 2/2s, and a 6/6.
And then how much total?
14. The 4 damage though I do trigger Sun Titan. Grasp of Fate targeting your life gainer. We'll trigger all these. 5 mana in my mana pool before untapping. Reflector Mage will bounce your creature. I'll get a land. I draw a card from Spreading Seas, and I'll get back a Mystic Remora. Second main, I'll just crack the Floodplains, Hollow the Fountain, cast a Felwar Stone, Lightning Greaves. Pass turn.
Draw. Guys, Herald. Pass turn.
Untap, pay 1, draw card, cast Rivelark, play a Prairie Stream for land for turn. Attack you with same amount as last time.
14.
Yep. I do Sun Titan, get a Mana Vault, everything but these 3. The Revelark trigger goes off first because it's when it leaves play. I gotta go get an Archaeomancer, a Riverwise Augur. Archaeomancer will come into play. I will get back Eerie Interlude, Brainstorm. I'm gonna bounce your Herald so you can't cast it till my next turn. I'll get a land. I can Eerie Interlude every turn in addition to Brago. I'll get that many more, and then I did just get Mr. Deadeye. Get infinite mana. I'll draw most of my deck. And then I will throw out Teferi Time Raveler so you can't cast anything. And then I'll make you draw your deck with Blue Sun Zenith.
Alright, nice.
That was a wild game.
Game 1 review. Wow, Julian had an amazing start to this game. He had ramp into a turn 4 Avenger of Zendikar. He also had his commander out, ready to make sure he get multiple land drops every turn. The only option the other 3 players had was to unite against him before it was too late. They did so just in time and took him out. Because of that though, the rest of the players essentially played a second game. They all took a few turns to build up, but then Carlos was able to outvalue the other 2 to pull out a win. This game shows you how Commander really is just crabs in a bucket. For game 2, Carlos' starting hand includes Ephemerate, Mystic Remora, Swiftfoot Boots, Peregrine Drake, Ancient Tomb, Glacial Fortress, and an island. Bryce's starting hand includes Elvish Warmaster, Llanowar Dead, Brass Herald, Woodland Chasm, 2 snow-covered swamps, and a snow-covered forest. Spencer's starting hand includes Phyrexian Reclamation, Burglar Rat, Solemn Smillicrum, Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, and 3 swamps. Julian's starting hand includes Elvish Reclaimer, Exploration, Soul Ring, Sakura Tribe Elder, Molder Slug, Savage Lands, and a snow-covered mountain. Let's check out game 2. Draw a card for turn. Play this island and the Mystic Remora.
Draw. I'll play a Woodland Chasm tapped and pass turn.
Draw for turn. Swamp and pass turn.
Draw for turn. Fine, I'll play the Exploration.
Whew.
Tapped Savage Lands.
I assume you don't pay the 4?
I do not.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Untap, pay the 1. Draw for turn. I'm going to play a Glacial Fortress. Just pass.
Draw. Snow-covered forest. Elvish Warcaller. Pass turn.
Draw, play swamp. Each opponent discards a card.
Oh, come on.
Alright, I'm gonna pass after that.
Draw for turn. Covered Mountain. For a Tribe Elder. Pass the turn.
Pay 2. Draw for turn. Ancient Tomb. Tap it for 2 and 2 life, and play Swiftfoot Boots. Pass the turn.
Draw. Snow-covered swamp. Elvish Archdruid. And that triggers my Elvish Warcaller, and I will get a 1/1 elf. Swing at Carlos, because he's the only one open for 3.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Pass turn.
Draw, play a swamp. I'm gonna poke Carlos for 1. I'll pass turn.
Covered on the battlefield tapped. Shuffling up. Draw for turn.
I don't think I took my 2 from the Ancient.
I'm going to cast a Hull Breach, targeting Swiftfoot. I mainly want to get rid of the boots, but the Remora as well, because you can reset it. Play a Soul Ring, play a Lotus Field. I'm going to sacrifice 2 lands. It's hexproof, and it can tap for 3 of any one color. Pass the turn.
Draw a card. I'll play a Darkar Wastes. Peregrine Drake. I'll untap these 4 lands. Tension Sphere, taking 2 damage. And I'll choose the Archdruid. Pass the turn.
Draw. Savage Lands. I'm going to play a Mama, the Elvish Warmaster, which will then trigger that to get +1/+1. And then I will send these 2 at Julian.
Alright, that's 3 damage.
Pass turn.
I'm gonna cast Bonus Hunger to have each player sack a creature. I'll draw for turn and cast Solemn Smillicrum. Go get a swamp to play tapped. And then I'll pass after that.
Draw. Got Lord Windgrace. He'll have 5 loyalty and plus him, discarding a Smoldering Marsh and drawing 2 cards. Play a Rootbound Crag, and I'll pass the turn.
Draw a card. I'm going to play a Calciform Pools. Rebel Lark. Taking another 2. Pass turn.
Draw. I'll play a Cinder Glades. I'm going to play Llanowar Dead. Get another elf off of that. Triggering Morrowind twice, so she's +3/+3 now. Morrowind Thornglade. Triggering Morrowind again. +4. Both commanders out there.
Full on elf ball mode.
To 5. Attack 3 at Lord Windgrace.
That's 3 damage. Okay.
Lano pass turn.
Draw for turn. And my own Ancient Tomb. Take 2 damage using Ancient Tomb. I'm going to cast Tergrid.
What a shock.
After that, I will also cast Phyrexian Reclamation. Pass.
Draw for turn. I'm going to cast Toxic Deluge, paying 6 life.
I get to draw a card.
Revelark will leave the battlefield, and I'll get back 2 things that have power 2 or less. Peregrine Drake.
Uptick Windgrace, guard Spire Gardens and draw 2 cards. Twilight Mire for turn, play a Living Twister. It's a cool card, lets me bounce my lands and shock people in the face for it. That is my turn.
End of turn, I'm going to put a counter on this Calciform Pools. Draw for turn. Cast Skyclave Apparition. I take 3 because this is my second white. Targeting the Twister dude, the only target. I just used the 1 to take 1 off, and I'll get a 1 white. Cast Ephemerate on my Peregrine Drake. This does a rebound, so it'll happen on my next upkeep. So I will, in response, get a blue and a colorless. Untap 5 lands. Cast Brago. Play this Mystic Sanctuary. Pass turn.
Draw. Woodland Cemetery. Brass Herald. Naming elves. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get to put all elves into my hand. And I get Guy's Herald, Skemfar Avenger, and then the Elvish Dreadlord. Pass turn.
Draw. Play Urborg. Tomb of Yawgmoth. Memory Jar. I'm going to cast Bottomless Pit. Pass the turn.
Upkeep, I will discard my Molder Slug. Draw for turn. Play an Evolution Sage. -3 Lord Windgrace. I mean, the lands come in, it's gonna proliferate twice, so I'm just gonna shortcut, give them -1. I bring out...
You're dead.
Yes.
Bring out your dead.
Instead of this one, I'm just gonna get land. That is my turn.
Upkeep. 2 triggers, so Ephemerate trigger will go on the stack and it'll be cast, as well as Bottomless Pit. Discard this random card. This is my hand, Supreme Verdict. Ephemerate will go off and I'll target the Skyclave Apparition.
I'll get Nella.
Technically blue, it doesn't have flying. And I'm going to choose, I think, the Phyrexian Reclamation. Then when this leaves play, you'll get a 1/1 blue illusion. Draw for turn, play a land for turn. So I'll attack with the Peregrine Drake and Brago. I'm going to send Brago at Bryce, and I'm going to send the Peregrine Drake at Windgrace. 2/3 flying.
Okay.
I'll trigger Brago, bouncing these 3 and Detention Sphere. And I'm going to choose Memory Jar.
Gone for now.
Skyclave Apparition will come back in. Oh, technically before this triggers, I'll get a charge counter. I'll untap all this mana. I will exile the Elvish Archdruid. You got your 1/1 illusion there, Spencer, and then when this leaves play, Bryce, you'll get a 3/3 illusion. I am done.
There's upkeep. In the upkeep, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna roll a 6d6. So 1 Elvish Dreadlord. Then I will draw for turn. Play Nissa Vastwood Seer. Go search my library for a forest. Play it for turn. Then I flip her. And then I will uptick her, so she's gonna go to 4. I'll reveal the top card of my library. It's an Arbor Elf. I want to put it into my hand. Pass turn.
Okay, untap. I'll discard.
Just the right one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
And
I'm
draw.
very grateful. I'm very grateful that's gone.
Cast Fraying Omnipotence. So each player loses half their life, and then discards half the cards in their hand, then sacrifices half the creatures they control, rounded up each time.
I'm gonna play Dualcaster Mage, copying that.
So that's a board wipe then, basically,
So you'll end up with an illusion, but no other creatures.
after they're both resolved.
Okay, Hellbent, discarding nothing, drawing for turn. Uptick, Windgrace, discarding a mountain, drawing 2 cards. Play a Ramanop Excavator, Moldering Marsh, Mountain. That's it.
End of turn, I'll put another storage thing on there. Can't really use Ancient Tube right now. Pass the turn.
Draw, take up Nissa. It's not a land card, so I'll put it into my hand. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna attack Carlos for 3.
I will flash in Glorious Protector and block it.
Or Wooded Elves, and I'll go find a forest card. Gonna get a snow-covered forest. 1 commander. Then I'm gonna pass turn.
Draw for turn. I'm gonna cast Tergrid's Lantern. I can tap it to have a target player lose 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card, and I can pay 4 to untap it. I'm gonna target Carlos with this.
So I can't sack lands, is that right?
Non-land, so you can sack a creature.
I'll sack the Detention Sphere.
Oh boy.
Memory Jar's back, and I'm gonna activate it.
So this is
that
exile,
aside.
Memory Jar.
Yeah,
And
just-
then everybody draws 7. Deserted Temple, cast Sangromancer. I'm just gonna go to end step.
At the end of your turn, cast Worldly Tutor. I'm gonna put Omnath Locus of Rage on top of my deck.
So you gain 60 life.
60, huh?
Cast Nature's Claim, I think on my own Soul Ring. Draw. Going to play an Omnath. Covered Mountain. Trigger Omnath. I'm going to get a 5/5 plus Lord Windgrace. Tireless Tracker. I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna tap to get another counter on the Calciform Pools. Untap, discard nothing. Draw a card. Island. We'll
Can you
cast
play Brago?
Sure, he costs 6.
I'm gonna Red Elemental Blast and counter it.
I will pass turn.
I will draw, pick up Nissa, land, play a land for turn. Elvish Dreadlord. Exile these 3, and this gets exiled, so Encore, 3 of them. All the attacks I'm going to do is one of these is going to go to each of you.
I'm blocking 1.
I'm blocking 1.
And,
Yep, and I'm blocking 1.
3 things total die. 2 of your elves and the excavator from this.
and the Protector, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm getting 12 life then.
But I'm also going
Um,
to trigger this. I had 2 elves die. I'm going to pay a colorless for each of them to draw 2 cards. I'll lose 2 life.
And as these die, I am going to shoot your Nissa twice for 3 damage, so she dies.
Pass turn.
Okay, discard my only card. I draw. Now cast Merciless Executioner. So just me and Bryce, second creature.
Pay the 1, Bryce.
Sure, why not?
Then I'm going to use Tergrid the Lantern against Julian.
I'm going to do deflecting SWAT though on that. And I'm going to target it right back at you, Spencer.
I'll lose 3 life. Untap Tergrid's Lantern.
And I
do
know
it
what's
again
coming now.
to Julian.
I'm just going to lose the exploration.
I'll pass.
Uptick Lord Windgrace. Discard a Stomping Ground. Draw 2 cards. Jesus, discard fodder. That's the turn.
And Eternal. More and more mana. Draw for turn. Cast Brago. And pass turn.
Discard one of my 2 cards. Essence Warden. Elves of the Deep Shadow. Gain a life. Play my commander.
Tana.
And I will pass turn.
So you find something else to finish the game now. That's not it. I'm going to target Bryce now.
I'm going to sacrifice Elves of the Deep Shadow. Pay 1 to lose life and draw a card.
Untap it and target you again.
You can also
Essence
discard cards.
Warden.
I'm going to do it one more time.
Graveyard or command zone?
Thanks for the reminder.
No, I'll pass the turn.
Tap upkeep. I will discard left.
I guess we're going left.
And I will draw for turn. Uptick, Windgrace, guard a Dackmore Salvage, and draw 2. That's the turn, I guess?
Tap. Oh, I do have to discard Delvin's Veto. It's my only card. Draw for turn.
We need to start whittling Spencer down, so...
Okay, I'll attack him for 2.
Sure.
2. Okay.
And just so I don't have to discard it, I'll play a Plains. Well, I am blinking Brago. And I'll pass turn.
Discard to this. Which one, left or right?
Right.
That's what I meant. Draw. Night Shadow Harvester. Play Yeva. And I'm going to attack Spencer for 2.
Okay.
Then I'll get a Sapperling, right?
You get 2.
Pass turn.
Part of the cards right here. Play Liliana Vess. And I'm going to -2 and go search for a card. Third on top. I'll stick with this one. I'm going to target Carlos with Tergrid's Lantern.
I have to sack this Brago.
Untap the Lantern and pass the turn.
Beginning of the turn, Spencer, 1, 2, or 3.
2.
Took away a Fabled Passage. Off return. I think I'm going to ult him. I think I might leave the Lantern as is. So I'm going to destroy your Liliana and Bottomless Pit.
Before they blow up, I'm going to target you with Tergrid's Lantern.
I'm going to discard a Snow-Covered Forest. So I'm going to get Cats.
You can barely tell those aren't cats.
Comes in, uptick. I cast Life from the Loam. I'll return Snow-Covered Forest, Stomping Ground, and Fabled Passage by hand. Then I will uptick, discarding Fire, drawing 2, pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Cast Brago again, taking 2, and pass turn.
Draw. Send everything at Spencer.
And
Then we'll get 2 more untapped. 1/1 Sapperling. Play a Bloodbraid Elf. Miara, yeah, that's what I meant, Miara. And I get to play, but I'll search up a Swampy.
And are you done after that?
Yep.
Come on, Spencer.
let's see.
Just do it.
I lose 2. Casting Torment of Hellfire for 9.
Yeah, I am done.
I'm going to discard
Just about everybody else
5
can.
cards.
Everything goes. So then I'll take 3.
I'm going to target Bryce with Tergrid's Lantern.
Go down to 2.
And pass turn.
On upkeep, Reg, Life from the Loam, cast Life from the Loam, and return land, plus Grace, discard land, draw a card normally, place one of the draws with Dredging Life from the Loam again, 1, 3. Loam in my hand. I'm gonna hit you for 4, Spencer.
Okay.
Ob Nixilis, Unshackled, cast Life from the Loam again. Mountain, Firelit Thicket, and Overgrown Tomb, play a Firelit Thicket, and I'm gonna pass the turn.
Upkeep. Draw. Jorga Wild Color, so I kick it 4 times. So other elves I control get +4/+4, so this is a 6/6 now. I'm gonna attack Spencer for 6. I get 6 Sapperling.
I'm just running on fumes here, so
Last turn.
draw a card. Just cast Mired Misery. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or enchantment.
I'm gonna go down to 5 Sapperlings.
Just gonna go at Bryce with this.
3
See,
times.
Yeah, I can do it 3 times.
My Ob Nixilis is gonna grow because of creatures dying. That was a 5, okay, gotcha. Anything else?
Nope.
Draw for turn. Uptick. Guard a Overgrown Tomb. Draw 2 cards. Lay out an Azura.
You are gonna hit him for a good bit, aren't you?
Yeah, 11 damage.
Back to normal life.
And that is my turn.
Draw. Everything's coming at you, Spencer. And then I get 6 more.
Is that 13?
13, yeah. Pass turn.
Off turn. Liliana, Heretical Healer.
Alright.
Then I can activate Tergrid 3 times. Yeah, I think I hit Julian 3 times with it.
I will discard.
And I take 2.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so dredging 3. 1, 2. Ooh, what the hell? Life from the Loam to my hand. Off cast Life from the Loam. I'm going to return Forest, Glade, and Mountain. I think I'm going to try to end your life here with this and 2 at Spencer. Just the flyer at Bryce.
Okay, I'm dead.
I'm not surprised.
I will ult Windgrace and destroy your only permanent, Spencer.
My only permanent. Or this one
your
too.
only. Yeah, that one as well. Let's do it. Grace again. Plus him. I'm
I'm just gonna gamble, put this in the graveyard.
going to discard this, draw once off of discarding, and then I will replace the second draw with Dredging Life from the Loam. Cobra, Nature goes to my hand, and play a land for cast the turn.
Draw for turn. Cryptovagadeem.
Whew.
Tapped. Pass.
Think, draw, play,
Do it.
Miss of Vital Force, animate a land, and
I would definitely do it.
good game.
Game 2 review. This is a pretty standard game going back and forth between the players until about turn 7, when Spencer played Fraying Omnipotence and Bryce copied it. The following turn, Spencer was able to get his memory jar back, which allowed him to create a small combo with Sangromancer. This put him in a very strong position, as the rest of the players were all sub 10 life, and he was in the 60s. At this point I would have guessed Spencer would win, but for whatever reason he decided not to focus on killing one opponent at a time with Tergrid's Lantern. This space allowed Julian a chance to break parity by drawing multiple cards a turn and creating a board state to close out the game. It really isn't over until it's over. Just so you know, I read and respond to every comment on our videos, and your feedback really has an impact on our channel. If you have a few seconds, comment down below what you like and dislike about this video, or our channel overall. I really appreciate it. Another way that you can help is by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and if you'd like to support us directly, you can use our affiliate link when you buy cards on TCG Player. You can also join us on Patreon. Right now our Patreon is pretty basic, but we have some amazing perks coming very soon that you won't want to miss. If you take a chance on us and sign up for our Patreon before the perks are announced, you'll get some pretty cool bonuses. Trust me. Either way, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.